Hey everybody, this is David from Right Line Trading. I'm going to be talking this afternoon about the money flow tracker software that uses mathematical modeling along with artificial intelligence. This is the team over here at Right Line. That's me up here in the top right hand corner. First we'll go through the disclaimer. Basically this says that everything we talk about is for educational purposes only. We're not giving any buy, sell, hold recommendations, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so my name is David Kushner. I've been trading the markets for over 20 plus years. I've traded stocks, options, futures, Forex. My background was I had an automotive parts business when I was 18 years old. Had that business for over 28 years before I sold it in 2005. And since then, I've been trading full time. Okay, so like most of you, you probably have a whole shelf full of indicators, trading systems that came with a lot of empty promises of helping you become a more profitable and more consistent trader. That was me. I have tons of trading systems, hard drives full of stuff that is totally useless. So I was in a webinar just like you are, and I saw a webinar that Mark Sachs did, and then I saw the money flow tracker software. I quickly realized that this methodology isn't based around the same old indicators that everybody else teaches, but it's based more on mathematical modeling and triple and quadruple screen analysis. And I'll explain what that is. Now I only trade with institutional order flow, and it's made me much more profitable, much more consistent trader. So now I'm running over a 70% win rate. Okay. So this is what we're going to be talking about: the money flow tracker software, the high probability setups, the unbreakable rules to follow, how I trade breakouts and sidestep a lot of losing trades, and how to pass the evaluations to become a funded trader. All right. So you ever wonder why some traders succeed while others don't? You know, in the world of trading, the difference between success and failure can be as stark as day and night. So let's look into the reasons why some traders thrive while others stumble. First thing, lack of a trading plan. This is a big one. You know, successful traders meticulously plan their moves. They know what they'll trade, when they'll trade, and how they'll trade. Without a solid trading plan, you're like a ship without a compass, drifting aimlessly. You know, you have a plan. Everything you do, you get up, you go to the store. As soon as you get in your car, you know your plan. You're going to turn left on this street, right on this street, and that's your plan. The next thing, you have no edge in the market. An edge is a unique advantage in the markets. It could be a specific strategy, technical analysis, or just understanding of particular assets. And traders that don't have an edge struggle. The next thing, the psychological challenges. Trading is much about psychology. As it is about numbers, fear, greed, impatience can sabotage even the best strategies. So developing a mental resilience and emotional discipline is crucial. So we call this in the trading room mental mindset. All right. So you have to have a mental mindset when you sit down to trade. Over trading, we've all done this, right? Leads to excessive exhaustion and poor decision making because all you're doing is trying to find the direction of the market and get on it. And when the markets are choppy, you don't have any. And not adapting, markets evolve. Traders who refuse to adapt to changing conditions fall behind. So stay informed, stay flexible, and remember one thing: trading success isn't guaranteed, but understanding these pitfalls can improve your odds. So you need 4 things to create trading success. First thing you need is software to provide you with that competitive edge over other traders. And that edge that you have must be tracking the direction of money flow. So when I say money flow or order flow, I'm talking about institutional order flow, not retail trading order flow. The third thing, etched in stone rules to follow, and this will eliminate discretion. And the fourth thing, which I believe is the most important, is patience. Patience to let the trade set up. So I'm going to break down the system in detail, but here's a couple of trades that we've taken. Here's a trade using options on AMC. Here's another trade on GME using options. Here was a trade I took on 30-year bonds at 41 ticks at 31.25 a tick. It's $1,281. Here's another trade on the euro. You know, I don't want to show a ton of different charts on trades that we've taken. I wanted to explain how we took them and why we took them. So it's likely you have a problem making money. Why? Because you don't have the proper tools to efficiently manage your trades. You overtrade, you revenge trade, and you make impulsive decisions. You lack consistency. You trade with indicators that lag price. And you lack a mathematical proven trade methodology. And all these things lead to blowing up accounts. So my commitment to you is to bring this to an end. So why do they say that 95 to 98% of traders, why do they say 95 to 98 traders go broke, right? They use the same old things that everybody else teaches: price action, MACD, Elliott wave, divergence signals, price patterns, Fibonacci's. None of these have any future predictive properties. And I am not saying that the money flow tracker software can predict the future. But when you trade with it and you have and you follow the rules, it gives you very high probability trades. So I'm going to share with you my trade journal really quickly. This is a trade journal that I use. Every day I go and download my trades from the performance report in NinjaTrader, and then I upload them into this program. You just click on here, and this was mine from today on the 14th. Already uploaded. We did today $2,297, and we're running a 73.37% win rate with a profit factor of 3.34, which is excellent. Right? So this journal, if I click here, you can see here, this is the trade IDs from NinjaTrader. So all this data was brought in from NinjaTrader. And here's the equity curve that we've done this year. All right, we have a pretty nice equity curve. We're about up 80 grand, a little bit more for this year. So let me go ahead and take this away. So look, I wanted to share my trade journal with you so I could be transparent, so you guys understand. So look, the market consists of many small retail traders buy these little marbles, and one or more large institutional trader buy this big ball, right? So if we already know that 95 to 98% of retail traders lose money, why would you want to trade with them? Don't you want to trade with the institutional trader? Those are the guys that move the market. Okay? So the money flow tracker software has three key metrics that determine money flow. The first thing is triple screen assessment of correlative markets using our AI program. The next thing is triple screen assessment of order flow and triple screen assessment of the Laguerre for momentum. So what do I mean by triple screen assessment? Well, to keep it very simple, it's 3 time frames in agreement, either long or short. So the first powerful force that moves price is triple screen assessment of order flow. So when I say order flow, most people think of these type of candles with the numbers on the left, on the right, on the side, on the bottom, on the top, upside down, inside out, and sideways. It is virtually impossible for you to make good trading decisions and be able to interpret all these numbers. So what we did at Rightline is our order flow candles look like this. If the outline of the candle is green, it means the delta of the candle is positive. So in other words, to keep it simple, if there's outline of the candle is green, it means there are more buyers than sellers in that candle. There's more buyers than sellers. Here, the sellers came in and pushed it down, then the buyers came in and pushed it up. Simple, keep it simple. So I wanted to show this screenshot. This is what our charts look like. They're very clean, they're very simple to interpret. Our indicators, we use these line type indicators with the colors. So there's very easy to interpret the colors and follow the rules. So the next second most powerful force that moves price is the triple screen assessment of the Laguerre. And also we have our hybrid candles. So triple screen assessment means 3 time frames in agreement. Order flow going in the same direction on, the modified Laguerre going in the same direction on 3 time frames. And since our candles we use Uniranko bars, and we have the wicks inside these bars. So when you have small wicks that start from the open of the previous candle, that's a momentum burst. When you have a long wick, that's a pullback candle. And we use those pullback candles to our advantage. The next thing is the modified Laguerre. So we took all these indicators, we added an algorithm to them, and developed the modified Laguerre. Now, the modified Laguerre is on the bottom here. It does not show divergence like other oscillators. It only shows the strength of the trend. So when the modified Laguerre goes below 20, this will turn red. When it crosses above and is sloping up, it will be lime green. When it crosses above 80, it will turn dark green, and when it crosses below and sloping down, it will be orange. But ultimately, we're looking for this to be at 100 or at 0, so we get our acceleration dots. Now the quant lines, we have 2 quant lines, a long term and a short term. So our quant lines use our AI program, which used to be called the neural network back in the days. And that's the third most powerful force that moves price. So our quant lines use 28 market components, and they're examined by our AI system for correlation. Now, most people know about correlation, but most people don't pay attention to correlation, but we do. So let's say ES is going up, NQ, YM, RTY are all going up at the same time. That's powerful stuff. But let's say NQ, YM, and RTY are dropping, but ES is going up. What do you think is going to happen to ES? The market's it's going to pull it back down, or it's not going to let it go up very much. So we took things one step further, and we wanted to say, you know what? Sometimes 3 time frames keep you in choppy markets, and the markets can be what do you call it? It can be up and down, and you can develop a small trend in a small time frame. So what we do is, one second. I think I messed up over here for 1 second. So what we do is, we added a 4th time frame. All right, I'm pretty sure this is correct. And we call that the C2. So the C2 just adds another time frame. And the C2 is the stair-stepping line going up. And it'd be green going up and red going down. And let's see, and red going down. So let's put everything together. It's really easy. It's easier than you think. The rules and the setups. The first rule, you need either a green or a dark pink background. So we know we have 3 time frames in agreement. Now the second rule is we want the C2 indicator. So we want 4 time frames in agreement. The next thing is the solid line is our trend line, and the dot dash line we just call the 15. It's not a 15 period moving average. It is a 15 period, but it's our 15 period moving average. We always want the solid line going above the 15 going up and below going down. If we run into an obstruction, a pivot, higher time frame support, the VWAP, whatever it might be, we must wait until it breaks that pivot or obstruction by 3/4 of a candle, and then we must have a pullback candle. And I'll explain a little bit later why we wait for the pullback candle. The quants, we have 2 quants. The top one is a short term, the bottom one is a long term. It must be in agreement, either red or green. The multiple time frame Laguerre must be in agreement, either red or green. And the modified Laguerre must be red or green, must be pinned at 100, so we get our acceleration dots, right? So this trade here, there's the setup. was a trade for 63 ticks on CL. Okay, so trading with the money flow tracker rules will keep you out of non-trending markets. And non-trending markets is where traders lose money. So remember one thing, it's okay not to trade every day. So I'm going to bring this back over here and I'm going to go back to it. So for instance, we didn't trade yesterday because we didn't have any setups. So we didn't take any trades. Friday, we did not have any setups. The markets were choppy, low volume markets. We did not take any trades. But I want to show you something here. Let's say May. How many days didn't we trade in May? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. Look what we did in May. $9,848. Right? But if you look at some months, you know, we don't have a lot of trading days, but we still make money. Why? Because if we would have traded these days, these would have been losing days. So we stayed out of the market because the market wasn't trending. It wasn't conducive to our type of trading. So we stand aside until we get a setup. And when we get a setup, we take the trades. Okay, so you're asking, Mass, why the origin of the 3 time frames instead of 2 or 5? Because you can develop a trend better on 3 and 4 time frames, solid trend, than you can on a 2 time frame. Okay, so it's okay not to trade every day, right? We look at the days we don't trade as winning days because we didn't lose money that day trying to trade markets that were not trending and just had a lot of whippy price action. So this is a trade I took on CL. You can see that it broke the pivot. We got the pullback candle. I placed the order as the candle's pulling back. Got my first profit target of 10 ticks, so that's $100. And we exited when the 15 changed from red to yellow. We call it exit on line change. And that was for 55 ticks. So that was 550 plus 100 is $650 per account. And I trade normally 6 accounts. So that was a great trade, great day. So the money flow tracker software gives you clear and exact entries if you follow the rules, clear and exact exits, and you get your targets and all your ATMs pre-configured for you. So like I said earlier, I'm going to show you how I trade breakouts and sidestep losing trades. All right, just checking my time to see where I'm at. So this is, let me grab my pen here because I need to draw on this chart. Okay, so this is the pivot here, and the shaded area is higher time frame support. So the market's coming down, it hits the pivot, it breaks the pivot by 3/4 of a candle. As this candle, let me turn this off so my alerts on my thing here. As this candle's pulling back about halfway through the candle, we place our order, sell on down close, right? As it's pulling back about halfway the candle, that's when we place our order. So look, the market's coming down, right? We get the pullback candle, we place our order. What happens if the market goes like this? Right? This order will get canceled if this candle closes up. In this case, it kept going. But a lot of times, the market will come down, break support by some few ticks, pull back, retest support, and then maybe keep going up, right? But we want to see the market prove to us that it wants to go down. So we're placing our order as the market's going up, we're placing our order. If the market does not come down, then we don't get filled and the order gets canceled. and I'll show you some. Let me go erase the drawings and grab my drawing. Okay. So here's one. It broke the pivot, 3/4 of a candle, placed my order on this candle to buy an up close, got my first profit target and my second profit target. Hold on a sec. Here is another one on crude oil, broke the pivot, got the pullback candle, and it paid us. Here's two of them on the Canadian dollar. All right. Let's see, any other questions? No. All right. So now we're going to talk about the money flow tracker auto trader. This is a trade it took for 704 ticks. Another trade it took for 665 ticks. This was 1,016 ticks. This trade was in from 9:30 in the morning till about 1:30 in the afternoon. Here's another trade for 792 ticks. So what does the auto trader do? The auto trader follows the rules. Let me pull up my settings on the auto trader because it's easier for me to show you on a live screen than on a screenshot. So look, bias in C2. Bias is the colored background. We want that. The Laguerre signal, yes, we want that, red or green. The modified Laguerre, red or green. We can use a volume threshold that we're looking at. We can set that. We want the 15 and the 50 signal, red or green. The 50, red or green. The trend diff we're not using, the trend signal we're using, the MA diff. So what is the MA diff? Everybody asks me what the MA diff. So let me pull this chart over. Oh, I can't pull a chart over while I have this open. So let me go ahead and cancel this. So the MA diff is our way of telling, has the market moved too far and is going to pull back? So we have the 50 period moving average right here, our 15 period moving average. And this MA diff up here in the corner is telling us how far away from the 50 is the market. So when it gets too far away from the 50, 90% of the time, it will start pulling back within a candle or two. So we have different MA diffs for different bar sizes and different markets. So when the MA diff gets too high, we don't take trades. Because why would you want to take a trade when you're expecting a pullback? All right, so let me open that up again and pull this back down. So we don't trade on this particular setup, we don't trade above 350. And this is basically, we want to clear pivots. We want to clear volume zones. We want the quants to be red or green. We want our first target to be 81 ticks. Basically, we're looking at 80 ticks, but it has to go to 81 to get filled. So what this is doing is it's telling the strategy, if you don't have 81 ticks to the next pivot or the next higher time frame support, don't take the trade. It won't take the trade. Okay? It will not take the trade if there's not at least enough room on your first profit target. So here's the settings that I use, let's say on CL. Right? I'm testing this right now. So our first profit target on CL is 10 ticks. So it has to have at least 11. So if you have a pivot, if you have a setup and it has 5 ticks to the pivot, it will not take the trade. It will not trade into a pivot. It waits till the pivot, it waits till the 3/4 of a candle breaks the pivot and then it takes the trade. So on this particular setup, I'm testing 2 candle delay because I'm not waiting for the pullback normally that I wait for. So I'm giving up a few ticks in order to make sure that it's going to go in that direction. It has starting time and ending times whenever you want to start and end it, the market. It has built-in money management. So you can say, okay, and we have lots of traders that subscribe to us just for the auto trader because they have jobs and they go to work. And that's a bad word. But anyways, and what they do is they say, you know what? I want to set this at 500 profit. and I want to set this at 250 loss. And they might only trade one contract. So let's say it's in a trade and the trade is up 1,000, okay? It won't take another trade for the rest of the day. It's 500 or more, right? So you have built-in money management, you have built-in order management. And honestly, I'm going to show you a quick little video here on a trade that I took. And it went really quick. I hit my first profit target and moved my stop to break even. And I'm just going to go forward here really quick. We're up 300 ticks right here. We're up 340, 532. And I looked at the MA diff, and I looked at this at 412, which is really high for this. So I'm expecting a pullback. So I started moving my stop closer and closer. And finally, I got stopped out at 570 ticks. 570 ticks, and I only trade 4 micros. So it's basically $1 a tick for the first target of 80, so that's $80, and then $570. So this was $650 trade, right? And I didn't do anything. It took the trade automatically, put me in the trade, and it worked out really well. And we don't have very many losses on the what we call the MNQ swing trade because we're using a large bar size, and it must be in a good trend in order to get us set up. So the auto trader does everything. This is the equity curves for 21 and 22. I lost all my data for 2023, so I don't have any, but I have some data here so far for 2024. You can do this real quick, show you what it's done so far this year. Performance by setup, MNQ swing trade. Let's see, basic filters, setup. This is just on the swing trade. Okay, that's not right. Oh, wait a minute. Date rate. I got something wrong here. I just did this for somebody current year. And it was like $11,000. This is not right. I made more than that on one trade today. So I don't know something's wrong here. But anyways, it was up like 19,000 for the first half of the year. Okay, I already showed you that. Okay, so now how to pass the evaluations. You know, passing the evaluations has nothing to do with your trading, nothing to do with your setups. Okay, it's nothing to do with your system. It's everything to do what's inside your head. So if you focus on the process, forget about the evaluation accounts. Forget about what you have in your evaluation accounts. Focus on trading well. Don't focus on the carrot. Don't even look at your P&L while you're trading. That's like the worst thing to do. You know, if you focus on trading well, which means focus on your setups, focus on what you're waiting for, the profits will take care of themselves. I know a couple of guys that are professional traders on the exchange, and they trade for certain firms, and they tell me, they said, look, we normally are less than about 40%, 35, 40% win rate. He said, but we don't worry about how much we're going to make. We worry about how much we could lose. We're more concerned on our risk than we are on our profits. The profits will take care of themselves. That's what they tell me. So look, the evaluations or challenges or whatever they're called by your firm are really designed to make you fail because of the parameters they put in place, like how many trading days to pass. The trailing drawdown is one of the biggest ones. People start revenge trading, impulse trading, get stressed out because of their evaluation accounts. You know, it's a whole big thing. It's like, I paid $30 for an evaluation account. I'm going to blow this account. And, you know, they worry about losing $30. You know what? Would you rather lose $30 or would you rather lose 2,500 of your own money? Um, you know, the evaluation accounts, we had a trader in the room that he sent me a message, says, you know, I'm like $200 left to pass my first evaluation. He said, you know, what should I do? Should I just keep trading my normal way? Or I said, let me ask you a question. How much was the evaluation account? Oh, I don't know, about $30. I said, so you're going to put all this stress on yourself, right? You're going to cause yourself sloppy trading for what? To save $30? Well, he didn't listen to me. The next day, he sends me a message saying, I didn't listen to you. I blew the account. Okay. So this is my process when I take a trade. I don't risk any more than 10% of my drawdown. So if you think because you sign up for Apex $50,000 account, if you're trading a $50,000 account, you're wrong. Don't look at it that way anymore. Your drawdown is 2,500. I look at it this way. When I'm trading an evaluation account, I'm trading $2,500, not 50,000. I'm trading 2,500, right? And my max risk is only 10% of my drawdown on any one trade. So if you are a one-to-one trader, you need to be right 60% of the time. If you're a 2-to-1 risk reward trader, you only need to be right 40% of the time to be profitable. If you're a 3-to-1 risk reward trader, you only need to present 30% of the time to be profitable. Well, I showed you my trade journal. I'm about over 3-to-1. So I'm not concerned of it because I'm over 70% profitable. So that's why I'm making money. Follow me? So rather than avoid risk, take intelligent risk. And this will give you that edge that you need. Just like this little mouse here. He wants that piece of cheese. And he says, well, you know what? If this thing hits me in the head, so be it. He's wearing his crash helmet. That's intelligent risk. All right, so now the most powerful software in a trading methodology is available to the small retail trader. So I've showed you everything. Now you have two choices. If you're making money and you're happy with what you're doing, then God bless you and continue on your current path. Or if you're struggling and you're like looking for an easy system, something easy, something that'll keep you out of the market when you're not having a trend or the markets are not performing the way you would expect them to, then you can take action today and join thousands of traders who work 4 hours minus or plus a day from home. So look, now we have the Money Flow Tracker software, the benefits and features, easy to learn. The workspace is very intuitive. It's perfect for beginners. It's perfect for any account size. We have lots of traders that just like to trade micros. That's their thing. That's what they're happy. And you can trade futures, Forex, stocks, and options on it. That's not. So what we're going to do is for anybody that subscribes, we're going to give you our market scanner free as part of your package. Basically what this does is tells you when you have a potential setup. Also, you're going to get, which is a $14.99 value, you're going to get our NDT, which is our execution platform. This is what we use to place our trades. It's a strategy. You put your ATM in here, the market, your account, and your order type. You'll get that. You'll get the Masterclass series on Forex, futures, stocks, and options. You'll get 1 month in my trading room. Now, our trading rooms were part of a study done by Dr. Victor Allen, and he did a 4-year evaluation looking at 28,000 historical trading records. And in his study, he reviewed more than 225 trading websites and evaluated them using several factors, including transparency, proven track record, and assisting traders with educational materials and online support. And we came out on top. And this was published in Traders World and Stock and Commodities magazine. So this is what we're doing for our special offer for the Festival of Traders. You're going to get the Money Flow Tracker software, which is normally $21.97 a year. What we're doing is we're giving $1,000 off for this event at $11.97 a year. That's less than $100 a month. Or if you prefer a lifetime license, we were going to do a lifetime license for $19.97. Or if you prefer to do a monthly subscription, we're giving $200 off at $397. And you're going to get your bonuses. You're going to get the auto trader. You're going to get the execution platform. The auto trader by itself is worth it. Okay, is worth it. I did $1,200 on the auto trader today on just MNQ. You'll get the NDT, which is our trade execution platform, the market scanner, a month in my trade room, and you're going to get your software installed by Charles, and you'll be coached by me. And as an extra bonus, we're going to throw in the minute charts for traders that want to do swing trades. So here's my commitment to everybody that subscribes, is when you subscribe to the Money Flow Tracker software is to help you become a successful trader. Remember one thing, if you're not successful, it's not your fault. Let me repeat that. If you're not successful, it's not your fault. You're just not using the right tools to be successful. So, you know, we trade with institutional order flow, right? And the Money Flow Tracker software is totally unique and gives you that edge to trade with the institutional order flow. So again, my commitment to you is not just to teach you how to read the setups. The setups are super easy to learn. I can teach a 5-year-old how to read the setups, but it's also to help you develop that mental mindset you must have in order to achieve financial independence, right? So you're not using the right tools. It's just like trying to pound a nail with a screwdriver. Yeah, if you sit there and you hit it long enough, eventually it'll go in. But if you use the right tool, it would go in 3 shots or 2, or no matter how strong you are, good carpenter you are. But, you know, I'm very serious about my commitments to people that come into the room and helping them become good traders and helping them achieve their goals as far as trading. So I'm not going to use that. So look, another thing, we all know that most retail traders lose money. This guy here, a retail trader, he says, I might as well just flush these dollar bills down the toilet. Okay? They lose money. I mean, I have my friend that works at a brokerage firm. He says, look, we love it when a retail trader comes in, opens a $5,000 account. He says $5,000 is the magic number. 5 and 10, nothing in between, nothing. He says, when somebody opens up a $5,000 account, we know that that money is going to be ours very shortly. But not our traders. Our traders are making money. This guy is taking that money from the retail trader. We want to be with the guy taking the money from the retail trader. That's what we do. That's how we trade. How do we know if there's institutional order flow in the market? Let me pull over this chart. This number here at the bottom of the screen tells us how many contracts right now in RTY are going through the market per minute. Every minute, this resets back to 0. So we know what numbers we're looking for to know when institutional traders are trading. Right now, this is a low number. Whatever's happening here are retail traders. If this number was 700, 800, institutional trader, or higher, institutional traders. So that's how we know when they are trading. All right, let me put this back. But not because we trade with institutional order flow. So again, this is our offer. $11.97 for the year, $19.97 for lifetime and $397 for monthly. And we're going to give everybody that's here in the Festival of Traders going to get all the extra bonuses. We're not limiting to the first 10. We're going to give everybody the extra bonuses for this event. Okay. How am I doing on time? I still got about 5.5 minutes. Okay, so this is a video. It's about 30 different testimonials on here. But this particular woman was in a webinar just like you are, and she was listening to Mark, and she said, I really wanted to learn to trade. So she contacted him, and they had talked, and he agreed to help her learn how to trade. So she came to his office every day. He sat her down in front of a computer, and he showed her, when you have all these things and you have a green background, I want you to click buy on up close. And if you have all these things in alignment and you have a dark pink background, I want you to click sell on down close. And she did that for, I don't know, I think he told me 4 months straight. So now, to make a long story short, now she's a 6-figure trader. She doesn't trade every day either. And she trades with the Money Flow Tracker software. That's all she trades with. This particular gentleman is in my trade room every day. He's been with me since I'm not going to read this whole thing, but he said that he's in my trade room every morning, and he takes specific setups and he follows the rules, and he has a success rate around 70%. Well, now he's running 10 Vuelnox accounts and 20 Apex accounts. And he says here that following the rules and my methodology and using the NDT, which allows one push, allows us to push a single button to enter a trade when we see the correct setup. So every day he looks at it as simple. C setup, push button, C setup, push button, C setup, push button. So if he has a setup, he pushes the button. If it wins, it wins. If it loses, it loses. And that's how he does it. So how am I doing on time there? Am I okay? All right.
You're okay here. My next speaker is logged in too, so you can just
okay. So let me go ahead and show you how to subscribe. Let me open up a browser here. Do you have the links and everything for them to subscribe? Oh, I do see it in there now. All right. So if you go to your chat box and you go to webinar and you click on the link in there, it's going to bring you to this page. It's going to bring you to this page for the Money Flow Tracker software. And you scroll down here to the bottom. And you can see these are the prices that I already told you. So if you click on for annual, if you want to do an annual, you don't need a coupon code. It's already applied. So you can see it was $21.97. It took the $1,000 off here. But what we're going to do for you guys is when you renew next year in 2025, we're going to keep it at the same price for your renewal next year. So I thought that was really good of Brightline to do. And you're going to get the Money Flow Tracker. You're going to get white glove installation. You're going to get in my month in my trade room. You're going to get the Auto Trader, the NDT, the Masterclass. You're going to get all your bonuses. Now, if you just go to rightlinetrading.com and you just go to rightlinetrading.com and go to our homepage, just click on Trading Systems and Money Flow Tracker, and it brings you up to the same page. All righty. All right, I think I'm done.